Hey everyone, this is some nerdy guy as I just fixed the camera before it started recording. This is another video game pickup video, not limited run related. But I just want to say at the beginning of this video, thank you for everybody that watched and subscribed and supported that video. I am blown away by how many people actually saw it. I saw the main reason is because one of my friends dropped it in a Facebook group that we're in. I won't deny that. But I I didn't know he was gonna do that. So yeah, that's super cool of him, and it really helped me out, helped the channel grow a little bit. And I'm gonna make kind of a follow up video to that. Basically, all I'm gonna say right now about it is that making that video kind of pointed out and kind of it pointed out and showed light to exactly the type of people I was talking about. So that's all I'm going to say. So yeah, thank you for watching that video. So without further ado, I'm going to get into all the stuff I have picked up recently. Starting with the Switch, we got a small stack of Switch stuff here. This game was actually gifted to me. This is the Digimon Story Cyberluth Complete Edition. Comes with both games. I have one of them on the PS4 that I only played about like 3 hours of, I believe. So maybe playing it on the Switch will help me get into it more. This was on sale for 20 bucks at GameStop. So my friend was like, "Hey, we haven't hung out in a long time." I used to drive him around because he doesn't drive. So he's just like, "Hey, I'll buy you a game." And I was like, "Cool, works for me." So there's that. And these both came out fairly recently, so I'm just going to show them both at the same time. We have Game Builder Garage and Mario Golf Super Rush. Both of these are very fun games. I had a lot of fun with this. To be honest with you, I had no interest in creating anything in this. I really just wanted to see what other people came up with, and I wanted to play what other people were making. And so far, there is some cool stuff. Somebody made a Doom Eternal level. Somebody made a Paper Mario type thing. Somebody made a 3D Sonic game in there. Like it's really cool. Having fun with that. This I can't remember if I already showed in my last video. I don't believe I did, but I found a copy of Shantae Half Genie Hero. Yeah, not the Pirate's Curse that's worth $1,000, but you know, it's one that I didn't have, and it still had the art book in there. So I am super happy to have that because I didn't have it yet. And then we have these two. One was just on sale at Best Buy. It was only 15 bucks, and it's called Ghost Parade. Honestly, I don't know that much about it. I just saw that it was originally $50 and it was on sale for 15, and it looks a game right up my alley, so I couldn't really pass it up. So that's honestly the only reason I bought it. And then this game, I can't remember if I already talked about it in another video. I believe I did, but I honestly don't remember, and I didn't feel like going back through my other video. I think it should have been in the last one if I did talk about it. I think I did, because now I'm kind of getting deja vu holding it in my hands right now. But that is the collector's box for World's End Club. And I haven't opened it yet. There's little pictures of the characters. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did talk about this, but it's a visual novel game. Like, it's made by the creators of Danganronpa and everything. And my friend Max is really into stuff like that, and Danganronpa was one of his favorite games. And he asked me to get this with him so we could both play it and talk about how the game is, what our opinions are about it. So yeah, got that. And then this. Oh yeah, this is the last Switch game. This was a random. I walked into GameStop, and this was somebody's like online order or something, and they just never came to pick it up. And I haven't been able to find one besides on Amazon, which they're not that expensive, but just to find it in person was kind of nice. And that is the little box collector's edition for Sakuna of Rice and Ruin. Yeah, I've only played like maybe an hour. It's really cool. It's like kind of like Harvest Moon, but it's like an action platformer at the same time. Like, I don't really know how else to describe it, but it's really fun, and I like having all the cool stuff that comes with it. The CD soundtrack and stuff. I guess I could. Wow, nah. It's kind of tucked away in the box. There's like a little insert in there to keep everything separated and stuff. So I'm not really gonna mess with that right now. But lots of cool stuff in there. And then this was awesome. So I went to the flea market a couple of weeks ago and I made out like a bandit. Like, I won't even lie. Okay, so I'm gonna save the best stuff for last. Um, yeah, save the best stuff for last. First thing I found, which was still a really cool find, got it for $1. It is a Game Shark V2 for the PlayStation 2. So that was really cool. I haven't tried it out yet because I know you're supposed to have like a little memory card piece, and I did not have that. I just have this, so I don't even think it's really gonna work. But the disc alone is worth like 25 bucks, so I could just use it for trade and just get something that I do want. And then we have 2 PS3 games. One of them is not complete, but it's a game that is getting very hard to find, or at least it was. And I know like some of the PS3 stuff's kind of fluctuating up and down a little bit. But this is Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. Normally I don't collect just disc-based stuff, just disc only or whatever, but this was one I couldn't really pass up. If you can see the sticker price, it was only $7. So, I mean, it's not really a loss even getting it disc only. Maybe I'll find a case for it eventually, so that'll be cool. And then this, for some reason, is going up in price a little bit, and I only have the Xbox 360 version, and then they just announced it for PS4 or PS5 maybe. No, I think it was PS4. But Virtua Fighter 5. Virtua Fighter is one of those really cool fighting games in my opinion, even though it's like a lot of the rest of them, like Tekken and somewhat like Street Fighter-ish. But I don't know. I always just liked Virtua Fighter. I always thought it was kind of unique, but also generic at the same time. It's just got like that arcadey vibe to it that was always super fun to me. So got that. And then this is a game that's been recommended to me numerous times throughout the years, and I just never bought it. It's always been super cheap, so I don't really know why I never got it. But I got this one and Virtua Fighter for $5 together. So I was like, okay, $2.50. I can't pass it up this time. And that is Elebits. I think that's how you pronounce it. Elebits, something like that. I don't know. It's got like a really quirky art style. It kind of looks like a point and shoot type game, but the characters are really unique looking. It's a Konami game, so it's probably garbage. No, no, I'm kidding. But no, I've heard some decent stuff about this game, so I'm kind of excited to try that one out. And then these were the best finds I've had in a long, long time, at least as far as the flea market goes. So I'm just kind of walking around. One of my buddies met up with me. His name's Noah. And we were just kind of walking around and stumbled across this table. This lady had a bunch of DS stuff, a bunch of loose and a couple of complete in box DS games. And the first one that I see is this, Dragon Ball Origins. I played the one, I can't remember which one it is. It's not Dragon Ball Z, it's Dragon Ball. It was on the Game Boy Advance. It was like a 2D platforming game. This one is not exactly that. It's more of like a top-down Zelda, like Spirit Tracks type of gameplay where you have to like tap the screen to do stuff and to move. I think you have. I only played it for like 5 minutes. I'll be honest with you, but I think you move by dragging. You can either drag the stylus or you can use the D-pad. So it's, I don't know. It was kind of cool. The game's worth like $50, and I got it for $10, and I was like, yeah, I can't pass that up. And then the second game that was right below it is a series. I've only ever played one of the games. It's the sixth one in the series. It's on PS4, and all the other ones are very expensive. From what I've tried to look up, because I kind of wanted to get into it, and it's way too expensive. But this I found for only $5, and that is Summon Night Twin Age for the DS. Unfortunately, this version or this copy is not complete, but that's okay because it was $5, and this game is almost pushing $70 right now, I think. It's really cool. It's an action RPG. You use the stylus because it's a DS game. You use the stylus to hit your enemies, and you move around with the stylus and stuff like that. And you get to play as 2 different characters here. They're not brother and sister. They're not related, but they act like brother and sister because they don't have anybody else. And yeah, that's cool. Yeah, $5. Only $5 for that boy. And I was super excited about that. But this was the icing on the cake. So I was looking at all the loose DS games, and they're all in these little plastic cases, which I guess I can show because you can't see what game it is. So they're all in these little plastic cases like this. And I'm like skimming through and skimming through. There's a couple decent ones. There was a couple of the Pokemon spin-off games. Like there's Pokemon Dash and Pokemon something. It was like one of the puzzle games or something like that. So I was like, okay, a couple decent stuff. I didn't see any of the mainline Pokemon. I was like, all right, there's really nothing here. And then at the very bottom, I just see the Roman numerals, and I was like, oh God, is that what I think it is? And I pick it up, and for $10, I got a DS copy of Dragon Quest IV for $10. The cartridge alone is like 80 or something like that, and I have been dying to play these. I've been dying for them to just do a collection of 4, 5, and 6 because I don't want to pay over $100 for each copy on the DS. So the fact that I was able to at least get one for a fraction of what it goes for is just amazing to me. I couldn't believe that I found something like that. That just blew my mind. I was like, I have to get it. I don't care if it's only the cartridge or whatever. I'll maybe find a case. I'll have to pay like $50 for the case, but still, that means I only paid $60 for a complete copy. Like, that's really awesome. So I'm really excited to have this. I would have preferred it to be 5 or 6 because 4 you can. I mean, the only other port of it is on the NES. Well, it's not a port. That's the original version of it. But I don't know. 5 and 6 are ones I was more interested in, but I'm happy to have at least one of them so I can play it. And then these are a couple of random finds that I had. This was at this gameplay called The Exchange. I'm sure I've mentioned it a million times on the channel. This is called Return to Pop LaCroix for the 3DS. It's a Story of Seasons side game. I don't really play a whole lot of the Story of Seasons or Harvest Moon games. There's a couple of them that I like. But this one, I just really liked the character designs. Not even the main characters, but like all the background characters. Like there's this little knight with a pitchfork, which my camera is having a terrible time trying to focus on that. And then there's like a little pupper, a wolf with this little goofy guy right here. I don't know, a little cow. I just thought the characters looked really quirky and cool. So, and it was only $12, so can't complain on that. And then this. I sell a lot of stuff on this app called Mercari, and for selling a bunch of stuff, you got a $20 off coupon, anything for $50 and over. So I had to list like a bunch of stuff, and there was a bunch of stuff I'm looking to get rid of. So I just kept listing and listing, and got this coupon. And I didn't really know what I wanted, but I knew I had to use it. It's $20 for free, basically. So I was like, I got to use it on something, and I was looking at more 3DS stuff because it was around the time I bought this, and I was like, man, I kind of want to get some of this 3DS stuff before it starts getting hard to find. And one of them, the one that I looked up, is getting hard to find, and it's going up by a lot. And I didn't know at the time until after I ordered it that this copy was still sealed. But that is Ever Oasis for the 3DS. This is one of those games that came out like literally at the end of the 3DS's lifespan, that and the Metroid 2 remake. So this one kind of got canned by most people because the Switch, I think the Switch hadn't been out yet, but it got announced. So like already people were like, 3DS, whatever, Switch is where it's at. So yeah, I mean, it's a sealed copy. I'm going to open it. I'll probably just open it right now. Hang on. Got my box cutter because I do have a package to open. It's just one package. It's not going to be a whole ass unboxing video. There's just one game that I bought online. But yeah, I also hear the cartridge rattling around in there. So yeah, I was really interested in this when it first came out, and I just never really picked it up, I guess, because I was kind of in the same boat because I played my 3DS to hell. Like, I loved playing my 3DS, but I just wasn't really into it at the time that this came out, so I kind of just passed on it. But now I'm glad to have it because it's probably going to be one of those games that gets really rare because there's probably not a whole lot of copies out there. So super happy to have that. And this is the second to last because I have one more thing. I forgot about this. I ordered this from Japan. I got it for like $5, and I got one other. It's a Dreamcast game, and I got one other Dreamcast game. and I really wanted to try out just different Japanese Dreamcast stuff because they had so many more games than we did, and this one was just so cheap, and it just had unique looking characters on it. But at the time, I didn't really realize that it was basically a visual novel, so I'm not really gonna be able to navigate this game very well. But it's just called Air on the Dreamcast, and it's got anime girls, and it's a visual novel, so that's cool. It's probably like a dating sim or something like that. So there's that. And now the actual last package, or last game. It's this package here. So this is a Wii game. I'm trying to get some of this stuff on the Wii before it gets crazy expensive, and I had already ordered this. I swear to you, this is by pure coincidence. I ordered this because I found it for a good deal on Macari. And literally the same day, I'm going through my YouTube, and don't you know, Metal Jesus Rocks uploads a video that's about, oh, my Wii collection. And he talks about all the hidden gems and obscure games. And this was one of them. I originally heard about this game years ago, and I just kind of forgot about it. And I looked up a list of, like, I started like with different genres. Like I looked up shoot 'em ups for Wii. I looked up different RPGs on the Wii and adventure games, and then platformers. And this was one that I completely forgot about. I remember this one guy that I used to watch. I've mentioned him before. His name's Pete Dorr. He mentioned this game a long, long time ago, and I just never bothered, or I just forgot about it because I have a wish list thing. It's gotten so out of hand at this point. But yeah, so Metal Jesus talked about this game literally right after I ordered it. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to go up in price now. I just have to assume that. Like, I don't like to assume that because it's just a trend that just keeps happening. If a YouTuber, especially him, that mentions a game that's a hidden gem or something, a lot of the time it just like goes all the way up in price and copies get snagged. And it's not only him. It's not single-handedly his fault, but I'm just saying it just happens to happen a lot. But this game is actually kind of rattling around in here, so I want to make sure the disc is okay, and it is. This is a platformer on the Wii made by Hudson Soft, and that is called Lost in Shadow. This is super unique. Just the art style, the gameplay. It's a 2D platformer where you're playing as a shadow, so you're going through the levels basically in the background, like you're just the shadow being casted onto whatever land that you're on. It looks super cool, and it's a game by Hudson, so I have to assume it's pretty decent. I really like a lot of the games that they do. But yeah, it's already getting up to like $50 to $60. I snagged it for a little bit less than that, so I got a really good deal. I was really happy with it. And yeah, Lost in Shadow. So that concludes another pickup video. And I am more than happy with everything I've been finding lately. And I'm trying to get some of this stuff before it just gets out of hand, because I feel like the Wii is coming next. Like the Wii and the 3DS, people are going to be like, oh, I remember that game. And then like everybody buys copies of it and it starts getting scarce. Like I feel like that's going to happen with Ever Oasis and probably this Lost in Shadow game. So I'm happy to get it while it's at least a little bit cheaper before it just explodes. And I encourage everybody else to do the same, because like I said in the rant video, it takes the fun out of collecting when people just, I mean, that's not scalping. I'm not trying to throw the word scalper like it's nothing, but people buy a lot of stuff, and when they hear about something, everybody's buying it, and it just drives the price up. It's just how the game goes. But yeah, hopefully everybody else can get to some of this cool stuff before it starts getting really expensive, and have fun with whatever you're playing. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Buy my merch. Follow me on Twitter, on MySpace, and until the next one, see ya.